we are 4 months into 2026, almost 5 months in, and you see where I'm at. I'm at work. And I'm not just at any old regular job where I'm working 40 hours a week and then I just spend the rest of my week um, just chilling, right? I'm at a place that I'm going to make overtime. I'm going to make a significant amount of money for the time that I'm putting in. And that's what I want to talk about today. That actually leads into my first point, which will be stop trading your time for much less than what it's actually worth. Look, I understand we all have to work jobs and start somewhere for the most part, but let me tell you something. Time is more valuable than money because you'll never get time back. So it's like, if I'm going to have to trade my time for money, I at least want to put myself in a position where the money that I'm going to get for spending that time somewhere is at least worth my time somewhat. You know what I mean? Like, I started off making $7 at Taco Bell. Then I moved up to $10 at Walmart. Then I moved up to $16 at uh, Alliance Compressors. Then I moved up to $19 and $21 at Weyerhaeuser. And then ever since then, when I got my CDL, I've been making anywhere between the $25 range to the $30 range and up trucking with my CDL. And mind you, this is from somebody, bro. The first day I got my car, I literally wrecked my car in front the hus, right? In front the females, right? I literally wrecked my car the first day I bought it, bro. Nobody taught me how to drive a car, mind you, a car. And I'm operating this big old CDL truck. So that should put into perspective a lot when it comes to me and my actual grind, my hustle, because it's like, if I can do it, then I feel like anybody can do it, bro. It's nothing special about me when it comes to driving this truck. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I don't know if you know this, but it only takes 1 month to get your CDL. So how I looked at it is, bro, I can keep making these mediocre amounts of money on my paycheck, working at this warehouse, slaving in the heat all day, 12 hours every single day. I'm hustling and I'm sweating, literally sweat going into my eyes, like I'm breaking my back. I literally had to go to the chiropractor. Like, I was too skinny for the work that I was doing, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And in Louisiana, bro, like that stuff, man, the heat in the summertime, it don't play around, dog. Like, it feels like 110 when it's only 90 degrees, bro. Like, the humidity makes it worse. So when I tell you I was actually grinding, actually putting in the work, actually hustling, trust me, I was only 20 years old doing this. So it's like, no, I mean, I don't have an excuse. A lot of people think that just because you young, you got an excuse to, you know what I'm saying, oh, I got time on my side to go make money. I mean, yeah, that's true, but at the end of the day, why waste it? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you gotta just rush yourself into such a hard place of work environment, but why waste your time? You know what I mean? You only delaying the inevitable, which is you working. And if you want to one day not have to work for somebody and you want to make money without having to go trade your time for it, just get it out of the way while you're young so that way in the future you don't have to do it anymore. That's just how I look at it. And when I tell you 1 month to get my CDL, that's what I mean. 1 month. And ever since then, I've been making over five figures. Like, not even just five figures, but high in the figures, almost six figures a year. So that's a significant increase over the majority of the population, especially in Louisiana, bro. So that's why I really would promote you, not even just to get your CDL, but get a trade. A CDL is probably the quickest because, like I said, 1 month, 4 weeks. Come on, man. What career can you do in 4 weeks of school? Pay maybe 5 to 10 grand, or get it for free. Like, go through school for free for such a short period of time, and come out on the other side of that month making almost $100,000. Because my very first year, I worked for Dollar General. I have a video on my channel about me working at Dollar General. I gave a Dollar General trucking review. And that job made me $71,000. Bro, I was home like 4 days throughout the week because I was passing through my house to do the loads throughout the week. And I had a sleeper cab. Like, I was literally regional at the end of the day. Like, my job title was actually regional. But, you know what I'm saying? I made that much money still being home throughout the week a couple of days. So it's like, that's a win situation for me. You know what I mean? And it can be for you too. If you just You know what I'm saying? If you go for it, I don't see why not. There's a lot of good companies out here. You got Maverick, you got JB Hunt, you got who else? You got, I ain't gonna say Werner Werner got some stuff where you'll be home every week. Cause I'm pretty sure if you just getting your CDL, you probably don't want to be gone for 2-3 weeks at a time and live on the road, be way far from your home. You probably don't want to do that. So I would recommend JB Hunt. They got a lot of dedicated. Maverick Transportation doing flatbed. TMC doing flatbed. What else? It's probably some more stuff. I'm just kind of putting myself on the spot here and can't think of it. But yeah, it's a couple things you can go do, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So all I'm saying is make your time worth the while, and just be smart about what you're gonna do with it. So that let's just move on to my next point, which is when you get the bag, use the bag. Now look, there's a lot of ways that you can use a paycheck. You could pay your bills. You could send money to your friends. You could send money to your girl. You could go buy a car, right? But when I say use your money, we're not talking about those things. I'm talking about invest, save, set yourself up for success. 3 things: invest, save, or set yourself up for success. So how can you set yourself up for success? You can invest, you can save, or you can budget, right? So let's break down budget. If you know you got bills, let's just do about a month-to-month basis so you can understand. If I have, let's just use an example. If I have $5,000, if I make $5,000 every month net, that's in my account, and then let's just say my bills are $2,500, right? Let's just say you got rent, you got car note, insurance, phone bill, things like that, right? Internet, you know what I mean? So that means I would have $2,500 left over. Now, I haven't even talked about how you gonna eat yet. So let's just take out another $200 a week just to eat. So that's $800, right? That means you should have anywhere between $1,700, maybe $1,800 that you could save at the end, or left over, not just for you to save, but just left over. So what I'm telling you is that $1,700 that you don't have attached to any bills, you don't have to eat with it, you don't got to put gas in your car, it's just free money, liquid money. Find something that you can do with it. Buy you something that you can record content on. Go get you a subscription that you can make clips of somebody on, or make your own clips, make your own content. Go buy you a freaking dish rag and some soap and some car wash materials, and make that your side hustle. Or freaking do Walmart Spark. Put some freaking money in your gas tank and go do some Walmart Spark and make that your side hustle. You know what I mean? But just use that liquid extra money to your advantage. You know what I mean? Another thing that you could do with it is just like put it in a bank account and let them see that you keep getting money and you save the money, so that they say, oh, okay, we can trust him because he's responsible with his own money. Let's give him a little bit of money. So let's say you go buy a mobile home, right? If you wanted to do this, you could buy literally a cheap mobile home. I'm talking about $45,000, $50,000, maybe after you get it put in place and stuff like that. $60,000, let's just say. For every $1,000 that you spend on a home, your note is about $100 of that. So let's just say if you spend $60,000, when I talked to Clayton Homes, they told me if you spend $60,000 of house, your monthly mortgage would be about $600. So that being said, if you go buy $60,000 worth of house, and by the time it's laid down, it's about $60K, right? Let's just say you can rent it out to somebody for $1,000, right? You yourself already have an extra $1,700 to the side. So even if you can't find a tenant, you still have a house that you can afford and have money left over, right? But let's just say you have now added more income because you have a rental property. So if you have a home that you're charging $1,000 for somebody to live in, and your monthly note is only $600, that means you're profiting $400 a month. So if you do that 3 times, that's an extra $1,200 a month that you could add onto your income, right? So we said you make, if you got your CDL, you make 5,000. This is just an example. You can make more. I make more. You can make more than that, right? You have $5,000 just as an example to start off with your CDL. Every month you make it. Now you add another $1,200 to that. So now you making $6,200, and all of it ain't coming from one place. You got your rental properties, and you got the job. Now you making so much money that it's like you paying off those bills that you had before. You ain't gotta spend half of your paycheck on bills no more, because every time you get that rent, you using that for bills to the point where you paid off the car. Now you done got your own trailer. You know what I'm saying? You're not paying nobody for rent no more. You in your own paid off home. You know what I mean? It's so many ways that you can use your money. Like I said in the beginning, that's the whole purpose of me explaining this. Use your money, right? So I hope I explained a pretty good amount in that section. But that's going to lead me into my last section, which is, and this is very important, this is actually critical. Stop giving people so much money. I said it. I know it can be tough. Look, your mama calling you, she need gas money. Your brother calling you, he messed around and got himself in some trouble. Now he needs you to pay his bill. Your other homeboy, he $100. All he needs is $100 until next week, until next Wednesday. He can get your money back next check so that he can pay his rent, right? You are not the bank. Okay, you're not the bank. Look, I understand something, and I'm a Christian. I'm a down-heart Christian. I believe that you should give out of the kindness of your heart, right? But don't let anybody take your kindness as weakness. And when I say that, I mean a lot of people out here will play you if you let them. They'll use you like an ATM, but they ain't got no service fee coming out of you. You know what I'm saying? This, especially if they don't pay you back. Now, I can understand you got certain people in your life, every blue moon, every so often, they might need your help, like genuinely need your help, and you know that they got a good job, they usually paying their bills. Maybe they just got fired and freaking they switching jobs, and in between them switching jobs or something like that, they fell behind on a bill. So now they need you to cover like $100 for them until they can get up on their feet. But you know they good for it because they done paid you back before, or y'all just locked in like that to where you know that they not going to go back on their word. If they say they're going to pay you back, they're going to do it. Then loan them the money. But I'm going to tell you something. It's a big difference between giving money and loaning someone money, right? When you get to the point where too many people trying to borrow money, you loaning too much money to people, you setting yourself up to not get paid back. Then you're going to ruin relationships with people. I mean, they going to ruin relationship with you, really. But it just puts you in a bind where it's like, bro, now you done lost a relationship with somebody and you've lost your money. Like, how can you win like that? That's all I'm trying to say. So I hope this video helps somebody out. I really ain't got too much left to say. I ain't going to yap too much longer. So without further ado, we go.